Does your husband know how to take care of you in the bedroom versus the youngins? Do you feel like your husband took advantage of your need for guidance at a young age? Someone said, in another life, would you date a girl? I felt like the Cookie Monster had to eat some of the cookie in order for me to feel like I could find the gold at the end of the rainbow. Someone asked, where am I from? I'm from Baltimore. This is kind of long. I'm 25, about to be 26. I have fallen for a 34, almost 35-year-old man. He has two kids and was married for 10 years. How do I introduce him to my family? We both are police officers. Whoa, babes. Savannah, slow down. You're not going to like what I'm about to say. We have some things to talk about. But first, drink it up. How are you feeling today? How's your week? I don't know about you, but my week has been an emotional roller coaster with all of this TikTok either getting banned or not getting banned situation. Trying to juggle three kids under the age of 6 and being a wife. Recently, I have been going through this phase, this new era in my life. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I don't know if it's like trying to come out of postpartum from having three kids in 5 years. I don't know if it's like a frontal lobe developing type of situation. Like, dang, an early life crisis situation. I'll be 30 in 2 years. I don't know what it is. But lately, my mind has just been like all over the place. I'm pretty sure y'all can tell. Once again, I told y'all could literally ask me anything. And this time the questions were a little bit more juicier. So let's get into it. But before I get into these questions, I think I need another sip. First question. Were all of your pregnancies planned? Girl, hell no. The only pregnancy that was planned was Jewel, who was our oldest. Like, she was planned, but at the same time, we didn't think it was going to happen as fast as it did. But I would have it no other way. And I'm kind of glad that I did have them in the time span that I had them, because I feel like I had my children before my 30s. Yes, I am done. I don't want any more kids, God willing. Um, and I feel like this way now, as they're starting to get a little bit more independent, I'm entering my 30s and now I have the time to kind of focus on myself and kind of get back to myself. Someone said, where did you get your outfits from? I love the cozy look, especially since I just had a kid. A lot of my outfits are going to be from Old Navy, Target, Fabletics, and Shein. But I do not like spending the big bucks on clothes, especially because I'm in this weird phase of still trying to lose a lot of my postpartum weight. Someone said, I know you're an introvert, but would you like a women's empowering group in the DMV? I'm not opposed to it. I'm not. Like I said, this year I really want to try to venture out a little bit more, overcome my social anxiety just a little bit more. Like I said, I don't want to look back at life and be like, oh, dang, girl, you have isolated yourself a lot. What's your love languages? Ay, ay, ay. What are my love languages? Hmm. um, Drink. At this point, my crazy self want to say all of them. All of them, baby. Give me all of them. I need affection. I low key have to think that you are like obsessed with me. Acts of service. Like, you want to do what for me? You want to do things for me? Baby, do those things. Do those things for me, please. When it comes to like physical touch, I'm kind of iffy. It just all depends on the type of mood that I'm in. Even if it's just my big toe touching your leg, like I have to touch the person that I love. I love gift giving. Who don't? Who does not like a good gift? If you never give me a gift, like it could be the smallest gesture. It could literally be like, I saw this cup that I thought you might like. Like, oh my God, thank you. Like seriously, who don't like a gift? Definitely gift giving. Affirmations, absolutely. I need an affirmation. I need an affirmation. I need you to remind me of how much you love me almost every single day. And if you don't, I just might cry. I just might cry. Seriously. And of course, quality time is very important to me too. So the answer to that is all of it. All of them. I want all of it. Treat me like the princess that I know that I am. Because the thing about it, right, is I am such a you treat me right, I'll treat you better. And I feel like this is the perfect time to go into a post that I had put on TikTok. And in my voiceover, I said that I solely believe that in order for a relationship to work, that the man has to be more in love with the woman. And I stand on that. I do believe that most of us women, when we fall in love, when we love a person, we literally will give that person our life. You will literally become our world when we are in love. It doesn't come that easy for a man. That's not just what a man is like born with. And I know some people are going to disagree. Like it's a input output when it comes to women. You treat us so good. You nurture us so well. You are so tender and loving and caring and respectful to us. Baby, we will give you our all. Men are unpredictable. A lot of times they like to say that men go off logic, and I don't believe that. I believe men go off of a lot of emotions. And that's why you have some women that experiences their man boo-hooing and crying after they have a baby and their body isn't the same, or their body doesn't look the same, or maybe their sex drive isn't what it used to be, because your woman is going through a change from after giving birth and putting a life into this world. And a lot of men don't know how to handle that. There's a lot of divorces and separations and breakups after a woman has a child. Next question. Next question. Next question. Does your husband know how to take care of you in the bedroom versus the youngins? I set my drink to the side, but we gonna pick this thing back up. Drink. My husband and I got together when I was 21. I feel like at that time, at 21, what can I say on here? Is there anything I can't say? At 21, I feel like we're all kind of new. Some of us are kind of new into that world. And I feel like a lot of guys, especially around my age, at that time being 20, 21, 19, 22, 23, watch a lot of X rated films. We kind of didn't know what was going on. We were all trying to figure it out, right? So, a lot of times, for the longest, I felt like I could not reach the gold at the end of the rainbow unless, um, oh my gosh, how do I keep this like PG 17? There was some type of stimulation with the bean. Are y'all following me? Until I met my husband. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't believe I am saying this. And it's like I'm trying to keep it PG-17 here. These analogies are not about to have anything to do with each other, but follow me. I felt like the Cookie Monster had to eat some of the cookie in order for me to feel like I could find the gold at the end of the rainbow. If said Cookie Monster did not have an appetite for some cookies, if the cookies were not eaten by the Cookie Monster, I was not going to get that gold. I said it. 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 Until I met my husband. Oh, so it is possible. Huh. Didn't know I could do that. Drank. And we're moving on. How was your husband's sex drive since he is older? Took me by surprise. I honestly thought being with an older man that it was going to slow down. That, he's out of his prime. He didn't live that life. He cares more about intimacy and feelings in our family and just want to relax. No. No. Mm-mm. It gets to a point where I'm like, please, slow down. Like, go read a book or something. Get a hobby. Like, it has gotten to the point at times where I am just like, do you think about anything else? If you ever seek out therapy for your abandonment issues and the trauma that you dealt with, drink. Yes. I literally have been in therapy all my life. When my mom first went away to prison, I believe I was 5, going on 6. And that's when my grandfather came and got me. It was my first time ever meeting my grandfather. I've never met him a day in my life. I didn't even know who he was. I did not even know that he existed. Okay. I was with my black side of my family. I was over in aunt house playing around, and then they literally was like, your grandfather is about to come get you. And I'm like, my who? My who? Grandfather. My grandfather. My grandpappy. And this white man came to pick me up. Never saw him a day in my life. Took me to go live with him and his wife. And that was a complete culture shock to me. Coming from my black side of my family in Baltimore City and taking me up to Baltimore County, about a 30-minute drive, nothing too serious, with my Caucasian side of my family. There was only about one black person. It was an immediate switch. My grandmother immediately started to implement rules that I wasn't used to. She started to correct my speech. You already know. We have our own talk. We have slang. If you ever heard a person from Baltimore talk, then if you know, you know. My grandmother wasn't okay with the way that I pronounce certain things or how I would say certain things. So immediately she would start correcting the way that I spoke. She changed the way that I dressed, the way that I would do my hair. There were no more braids. There was no more of me getting my hair braided. It was now wetting it in a shower, glopping a whole bunch of Blue Magic gel on my hair and slicking it back in a ponytail. I remember My grandmother and my mother had got into it. Mind you, my mother is in prison. My grandfather took me to go see my mom, and for whatever reason, my mother was really upset with whatever outfit I had on. Mother was so freaking furious and wrote my grandmother this long letter about how she was pissed off, that she was so mad that she was dressing me like a redneck hillbilly. Like, that's not funny, but like it's hilarious. And I, for this day, I can't remember. Like, I can't remember what I had on. I mean, to this day, looking back at it, I am very grateful for my grandparents and really grateful for my mother asking my grandfather to come and welcome me into their home, because my mind was opened up to two different cultures and two different worlds. And I think that is part of the reason why I'm such an open minded person now. I literally can be friends with anybody. I can be friends with anybody. I can talk to anybody. I can have open discussions about different religions, different topics without feeling triggered or angry or feeling like I have to argue with a person. I listen to all type of different music. I watch all different type of shows. Like, basically, I said all that to say, as soon as my grandparents took me in, they put me into therapy immediately. Always been in and out of therapy since I was 6 years old. I have been in therapy consistently for the last 3 years as well, especially going through postpartum, postpartum psychosis as well. There was a lot of trauma that I have not healed from, that I kind of wish I did heal from before getting married and deciding to have children. But at that moment in my life when I decided to do these things and commit myself, I really didn't realize how my trauma was going to have a lot of effect within my marriage, or within within motherhood. Someone said, in another life, would you date a girl? Baby, in this life, I would, you know what? It don't gotta be another life, babes. It don't gotta be another life. Please, let me stop playing all the time. It says, being with an older man, does your husband expect certain expectations out of you, like cooking when he asks, keep yourself up? Like, just overall, does he expect certain things from you? Yes. But he does care about my appearance a lot, which sometimes that kind of bothers me, because not to say that I don't care about my appearance, but sometimes, baby, sometimes I just let life be life. And if that means my hair being in a messy bun for a few days and not wearing any makeup because my face is breaking out, and I love being in sweatpants. I love being in leggings and I love being in sweatpants. That is just who I am. That is what I'm that is when I feel my most confident. If I have my hair up in a bun for like too many days, he literally will come to me and be like, "What's going on with you?" And it's days like that where I just be like, "Say another thing to me. Say another thing to me, and we gonna have a problem." Being intimate, was it difficult to be with an older man? No. Someone asked what my ethnicity is. My mom is black and white. My father is black. I'm black. Black, 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 blackity, black, black, black. And it's crazy because two of my kids actually came out lighter than myself and my husband, and they both came out with like hazel light brown eyes. And when they first were born, their eyes were ice blue. And then over time, they turned into a very beautiful light brown. Sometimes, if anything, I swear people look at us and they think that, and people have asked me on TikTok, on social media, are they my husband's kids? And I guess I could kind of see where that question comes from. But yes, all three of our children are ours. Someone asks, where am I from? I'm from Baltimore. This is kind of long. I'm 25, about to be 26. I have fallen for a 34, almost 35-year-old man. He has two kids and was married for 10 years. How do I introduce him to my family? We both are police officers. Whoa, babes. Savannah, slow down. First of all, the two kids and married for 10 years scares me. Sorry, I am his first and only wife. He was never married before myself. And yes, he has two children, but his two children were grown by the time we started dating. His youngest wasn't officially grown, of course, but she was in high school about to graduate. And although he did have a situation that he was not completely honest about with me, that situation wasn't long term, like 10 years long term. They were not married. I'm nervous because why didn't that marriage between them work out, especially with having children? How old are the children? The children's ages are really important. I don't think people realize how hard it can be when it's time to blend families. And because he's really not that much older, he's not old, he's 35 and has been with this woman for 10 years, married, and they had two children. Why could they not make it work? You're not going to like what I'm about to say. But at 25, I think you can do better. I'm sorry. Sorry. I have no advice on how to introduce him to your family. I'm sorry. This is why people ask me dating advice, marriage advice, relationship advice all the time, and I don't answer it because I don't think y'all are really going to like a lot of my answers. I'm a realist. I'm a realist. And if I would compare myself to anyone as I am getting older, I would call myself or classify myself as a mini Shira 7, flat out. Only 34, just getting out of a marriage that he's been in for 10 years and just a police officer. I think you should explore. What do you call his kids and what do they call you? I call his kids by their name. So, no, I do not call them my stepchildren. First of all, they're not children. Um, and I am no mother figure in no way, shape, or form. We are peers. That's it. Most of the time it's Nikki, though. Most of his family call me Nikki because when we first met, I didn't tell him my name was Diamond because I didn't go by Diamond. When I first got into the work field and I knew I kind of wanted a professional job, this is not about to sound good, but I'm about to say it anyway. I knew when I started filling out applications, I did not want them to be able to read my name and be able to tell if I was black or white. There, I said it. So when I started filling out applications to work in a serious work field, I went by my middle name, which was Nicole, because I felt like you couldn't clock my T, like you couldn't clock if I was a black or a white girl. And I felt like that would help get me an opportunity just to get my foot in the door, to at least get that phone call for an interview. For a while, I really did not like my name. And I used to ask my mom all the time, I'm like, why would you name me Diamond? And then the Players Club came out. And then again, I was that girl with like bright pink hair. A lot of times people would ask me if I was a dancer. I had a nice body, always had this booty, baby, bright pink hair. And my name was Diamond. And so a lot of people would ask me if I was a dancer. over it. So when my husband met me, he thought my name was Nicole. So a lot of his family, they call me Nikki. Life advice for a girl in her early 20s. After living it myself, I will truly say, come here, listen, come here, come close. Are you listening? Girl, listen, because I will be telling my daughters this. I believe your early 20s are for you to have fun, for you to explore, and for you to discover who you are, what you like, who you like, what you like in the bedroom. I think that you should not make any final decisions when it comes to marriage or having kids until you reach the age of 25. Live, travel, make mistakes, go to the parties, date, and you look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, are you confident in the person you are? When you turn 25 to 26, something in your brain is going to happen. It's going to randomly hit you one day. Love your big sister. Why don't you wear your wedding ring all the time? Do you want the real answer? The flat out truth is, I don't like my wedding ring. Hear me out. Listen. I had no clue that my husband was going to propose to me when he proposed to me. And one reason I had no clue, because we never went ring shopping or looking. My husband truly believes that he has really good taste. Y'all don't come for my husband. Don't that he is literally just a man. He's a good man, Savannah. Final question of the day, and this one is a good one. She wants to get deep. Do you feel like your husband took advantage of your need for guidance at a young age? What are y'all, my therapist now? Mm-hmm. Okay. Me being 28, experiencing the world a little bit more, no longer being in survivor mode. For me to say that he took advantage of my youth I would have to say or admit that there was some type of manipulation and that there was a hidden agenda. I don't know if I could admit that. But what I will say is if my children came to me at 21 and said that they were going to be with a 45-year-old, I would not agree with it. There, I said it. Did I just say that? I did. Did I just say that? I did. Do I regret my marriage? No. Mm-mm. I am grateful for the way I have been able to mature and I feel like have an upper hand in life. I feel like I won't be in the position where I'm in my mid 30s still trying to figure life out because I'm figuring out life now. I'm grateful for that. So, no, I would not say that my husband took advantage of my youth. I'm still very young. There's a lot of women, a lot of couples that are not in age gap relationships that are just 27 and 27 or 28 and 28 or 25 and 25, 23 and 24 that are still living the same life that I live, which is prioritizing family and having kids and taking care of a home. That being said, it is 10 minutes to 1 o'clock in the morning, and I've just been yapping it up. How was your week this week? What are some goals that you have going into the new week, going into the new month, or just goals for yourself this year? Are you doing anything to prioritize yourself, mama? Have you poured into yourself this week? Girl, listen, because I am done spilling my tea for the night. I'm about to go take my butt in that bed with my husband. I love you. Bye.